Okay then, well I'm Catman from Catman's Rocks on Voodoo Radio Online. I'm here at the fantastic Firevolt Festival and I'm joined by Matt from
Ransom.
Ransom.
That's me.
That's him.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Sorry, that's why I'm here on a bale of hay with a Catman.
Yeah, well I've just heard you doing your sound check over there for tonight's show. It's a cover show tonight, that right?
Yeah, we're doing a cover set tonight, and then we're going to do the original set tomorrow on the big top stage. So tonight's all about partying, playing, having fun, down with the people. Everyone just relaxed, travelled up from where all the places can relax in and just have a bit of a laugh with them. That's kind of the idea.
Okay, so you've got a new album coming out and all, haven't you? Pretty soon.
Well, we've got an album out now, which is basically the combination of what we did. I mean, the history of Ransom, we were a covers band very famously, and then lockdown happened and we couldn't do anything, so we started writing our own stuff. And who knew we could play and write, you know? So we.
Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah, the jury's still out on that. But we sort of decided to do that. So we've just got a combination of the last 4 years, about 16 tracks that we've done, and we've put them all on one CD, remastered them, and called it. And now that's what I call Ransom. So it's available now. We'll have it here tonight. We didn't release it officially as such when we made it, but it's basically just the last 4 years. Then we're going to move on with the new stuff that we're writing now.
Cool. So well, when it's out, send it my way, and you'll get plenty of plays on Catman's Rocks.
It's very kind. I might give you a copy later. So
Yeah,
there you go.
you are a legend.
He's heard that first. Now it's on record. I have to do it.
Yeah, he's got to give it me now. So tomorrow night show then, any surprises in there? Feeling nervous?
No, not really. I mean, do you know what it is? It's, I've been doing this a long time personally anyway with bands, and I've kind of given up, disappeared doing kids' parties, DJing. I kind of got the buzz out of doing that. It was a great laugh. Kids go, yeah, let's rock, and getting them to play high with the hell out of parties.
Yeah.
And then I got back into it. I met these guys, with Keegan and that, and now we play festivals. We're quite used to playing the festivals, but you know, without saying too much, there seems to be a bit of a closed shop, so we sort of get the 11 o'clock slots or the 10:30 in the morning on the behind the show. But we don't care, because we don't do it for the industry, we do it for the people, we do it for the people that come out, the people we hang out with at the festival. We're all fans as well, we're all musicians, so we love hanging out with people. We see the same people at festivals and people travel. We just want to try and be part of it. So, you know, stick us on 8 o'clock in the morning or 10:30 at night, it doesn't make a difference to us. We'll still do the same Wembley show.
Yeah, one rock family, yeah?
Totally.
Yeah. So, you're underwater at the minute, what's going on?
No, I had a beer earlier, but I think there's nothing worse. Although I like to have a laugh, and I think it's important that, especially as the front piece of any band, that you stay sober. I mean, or stay reasonably sober, because I've seen enough great artists like Ozzy and Bond and that, and Dee Snider and people like that who go all gone or whatever. But I think it just shows respect if you're with it, and to the band as well. Because if I went on started talking rubbish, or more rubbish than normal, I think it's not fair.
There's me interviewing.
Don't worry about it. No. There'll be a few.
I was caught by surprise here. Yeah. So, if you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
If I could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, oh God, there's so many people I'd love to sing with. I mean, I look at bands around today. I think the music scene, I was saying earlier on how healthy it is. I grew up in a time where, you know, you'd have to wait till Friday night, 9 o'clock to listen to music, and now you've got people like yourselves and independent radio stations all around playing music that we love, and it's so accessible to everybody. So I think the music scene now, there's 100 artists I can list now that I'd love to go and jam with, and I'm playing with Massive Wagons in a few weeks, their Patreon gig. And Baz just said to me, do you want to do a duet? So I said, yeah, we can. So watch this space. But yeah, I do. I like that. I grew up being a Bon Scott fan. He was my idol. And yeah, obviously I'd love to do something with him. But any band out there now that wants to get me to come in and do something, yeah.
Yeah, there's such a vast sea of talent out there, you know, up and coming bands at the minute.
I love it.
And they don't get a fair crack on the mainstream radio shows, which is what I'm trying to correct, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
by playing bands like yourselves.
Look, I speak to the guys, and they're only doing their jobs, and I think everyone's just trying to do. And they've got to, you know, they've got sponsors and people behind them. There's reasons why they do what they do, and yeah, obviously there'll be backhanders going here and there and whatever, and fine. But you know, we'll take our time. If we still get picked for the Planet Rocks Festival, so they want us, even if they don't play our songs, they still want us on there. We wrote a song quite funny called "Even Nuns Watch Porn," which was something about what the Pope said. Yeah, but it's funny. We got all these about 4 of their DJs right. So we can't play that. I said, well, you never play them anyway. So what's the point?
That's actually getting played on my show tomorrow. Actually, funny enough.
Oh, brilliant! Well, thank you.
Oh,
for doing
always
that.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So, where was it? So, when you've done the playing tonight, what's it to be? Beers or spirits?
That's a very good question. We're camping tonight. We're camping at least till Saturday. It depends how it goes. I've got to sing again tomorrow, so I'm going to have a couple tonight. We're not until about court. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be probably a combination of both, because what is really important to us is you see bands disappear to VIP tent. We hang around with people. We're kind of like, so there'll bound to be a few shots going down there, and it's rude. I'm not going. I mean, was it George Best used to say that, you know, he'd hang out with the people and say, like, can I buy you a beer? He couldn't say no to people. He got himself all sort of struggle.
That's my weakness.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it'd be a lot of fun. I'm a bit jet lagged. I had a birthday trip, went out to Boston to see Def Leppard and Journey in Fenway. And it was great.
Yeah, cool.
With a mate of mine, so it was great. And he got in yesterday. So yeah, I mean, there'll probably be a few beers just to keep me awake, really.
Yeah.
Anything else.
Yeah, I'm a Def Leppard.
Great. Joe was struggling with his voice a little bit. Surprise, but he carried on. I think his sound guy earns a lot of money. He got lots of reverb on his voice, so he carried him through. Yeah. But yeah, they did great. They were great. They were two of the best guitarists around. Phil Collins. But Journey, they were a surprise. Their singer Arno took over from Steve Perry. Yeah. What a voice he has! I mean, just to witness it live. I mean, it's no wonder.
Last time I saw Journey was the original, Perry singer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But they're brilliant. I mean, he's brilliant. I mean, you would know. You close your eyes. Yeah.
I remember being a Sheffield lad. I remember back in the day, the earlier 1980s, there was a pub in Sheffield called the Wapentake, and there was also a rock club called the KGB, and you'd see the Def Leppard lads every week,
Really?
Every Thursday night at the KGB and every Saturday in the Wapentake. You'd literally have them sat at one table and Saxon at another, and even. Even
it's a strong Sheffield scene. I mean, a lot of bands I like came from that era. I mean, I used to, when I go back a long way, I used to rehearse with bands, and there'd be Saxon in one studio, and then you'd have that, and Motorhead next door, especially when the new wave of British heavy metal. And of course, at school, I remember when Get Your Rocks Off came out, when that came out, and that's kind of what it was. It was like when my mate we went out there. It was kind of one of the first bands that the High and Dry album was when we moved into a flat was our kind of album. So yeah, so it was nice. It was great fun.
Yeah, I was saying them venues I mentioned, even Bruce Dickinson would make the odd appearance as well, because he lived in Sheffield very briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I mean, he's a nice bloke. He came to my Daytona track. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to your show tonight and tomorrow night. Thank you very much for the interview.
No, it's a pleasure. You're a lovely fella. Love what you do.
So are you.
No, it's all about that. We're all together in this, and we all help each other, and we all want the scene to survive. So we just keep doing it. Yep. Yeah, it'll be great fun tonight.
It ain't going to die now. Watch is it?
No, it's not. Checking the Catman, voodoo. That's what we're all about.
Ransom.
And ransom. Cheers.
So yes, we're here at Firevolt Festival. I'm Catman from Voodoo Radio Online, and I'm joined by none other than three kings who have just put in one awesome set.
Hello, thanks for having us. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you for the interview. So, Firevolt Festival, how did that feel out there?
Oh, fantastic. It's one that we've been really looking forward to all summer. It's our last festival of the year, and we knew it was going to be a good one, and it didn't disappoint. So we had a great crowd, great energy. It went really well from our point of view, and yeah, had a great time. So hopefully kick the weekend off in the right way.
Yeah, well, it's the first time I've ever seen you guys live, and obviously I'm aware of you, but my God, you blew me away out there. Such a tight unit.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah. So, I was just for thoughts. You haven't introduced yourselves as who you are and what you do.
I'll start. I'm Pete, I'm the drummer, backing vocals.
And I'm Rich, I do vocals and guitars.
And you do it very well too.
Thank you. And there's Bonesy who plays the bass, but he's not with us because he's a skeleton.
I was going to ask you about this.
In his closet.
Yeah, but funny as you mentioned the skeleton, I bet you found that in a car park, didn't you? Buried. That's Richard III, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's
they're sacred bones. They are sacred bones.
Fantastic. So, what's the future then for We Three Kings?
Well, we've had a cracking year. I mean, the two-piece arrangement that we were just talking about is still quite a new thing for us. It's been about a year since we did that. And the energy and the momentum behind the band has been nothing but positive since we did that. So we've had a great summer with some really good festivals. We've got some exciting gigs coming up between now and the end of the year, and hopefully it's kind of onwards and upwards from here,
Yeah, well, you seem to be making some big waves out there. All the crowd were nothing but positive for you,
Fantastic number. The biggest crowd apparently for the opening act for the weekend they've ever had.
Yeah.
Can't do
I was here last year, and I would say there were more there. Yeah, I don't.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Really chuffed with that, yeah.
So, future recordings, and I mean, you've got your EPs out, haven't you? Is there an album in the pipeline, or?
Well, we've got we've been doing a run of singles for the past few years. That's been going really well because I think with it, But the modern age now with technology and streaming and all, like, people just want to hear stuff, and it's keeping yourself relevant. So we've been doing that for a bit. Went away from the EPs. We are going to do another EP, a 3-track EP, which is in the bag, in the can, all done. We're just going through the mixing stage now and getting that finalised. That's going to come out in the autumn. Album, not off the cards, depending on what happens next year or whatever, and see where we go with that. But at the moment, we've got the EP later in the year, and we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah, I mean, we've done 3 single releases already this year, so by the time the EP comes out, that's 6 new tracks that we put out there this year. So we're in a good vein of form in terms of writing, and lots of positive output coming out. And for now, I think an album is probably not really the kind of zone that we're in. We just like to keep busy, keep putting stuff out there, and that seems to be working for us for now. But in the future, you never say never. And this effectively 3 albums worth of We Three Kings material out there if people want to go back and listen to it. So get stuck into that, and if you're new to the band, there'll be plenty for you to dig into and enjoy, hopefully.
We've got a playlist as well, so we have got a playlist. So if you like to listen to playlists, then you can check out most of our tracks, if not all of them.
Cool.
It's all out with other bands and stuff.
It's all out there.
So any future recordings you do, whip them my way. You've got guaranteed airplay.
You'll get them, mate. Don't worry about that. You'll get them. And, we've always appreciated your support and all the spins you've been giving us.
It's an absolute pleasure.
So thank you.
All I'm doing is merely sharing good music.
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's all I do. Yeah. So if you could collaborate with any singer, band, either dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I mean, it's a tricky one because there's so many that it's like, do you go for the ones that you really think are like all-time legends, or ones that would fit with what we do, right? So it's a hard balance. But for me, I play guitar. The ultimate guitar player of all time is Jimi Hendrix.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody is, until the day the planet explodes, is ever going to come close to him. So I'd have to say him.
I'd have to agree.
The other one I had to give a notable mention to would be Led Zeppelin, I think.
Yeah. My
I
favourite
step
band
aside
ever.
for Mr. Bonham just for one track, maybe. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll borrow his hat for the rest of the gig.
So you might have answered the next question already, actually. But who are your main influences?
Yeah, well, so Led Zeppelin. There's too many to count, really, because we talked about Def Leppard before. One of my big influences. Queen. Queens of the Stone Age, which are more relevant. Foo Fighters. There's a long list, but really Zeppelin. Who else would you say? AC/DC, of course.
There's a band that most people will know that are going around at the moment called Rival Sons, who've been kind of a big influence on us. They're somehow doing what seemed impossible, right? Which is like that kind of classic rock kind of vibe, but in the modern era. And everybody said it was dead, and they're proving everyone wrong. So that's an inspiration. They're on Ear 8 Records, or they were on Ear 8 Records. There's a couple of other bands here that are on Ear 8. But other than that, there's a band called Wolfmother that we get compared to quite a bit. Royal
I can see that.
Jack White's just brought a new album out, which is right in the sweet spot of what we like to do, and a lot of similar sound and a lot of similar energy to us. So guitar music's not dead, despite what people will tell you. You just got to try a bit harder to go and find it and listen to it. And
tune into the right radio station.
Exactly.
Tune
Radio
online.
Tune into the Catman and you hear it.
Catman's Vlogs, 2 o'clock every Sunday afternoon. You know the drill. So, where was I? So, there we go then. So, thank you very much for the interview, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Killer set. Cannot wait to see you again, actually.
Thanks so much, mate. Thanks for having us. Thanks for all the spins and support you've been giving us, and great to see you.
Always a pleasure. And like I say, any future recordings, put them my way.
You're going to get them, mate, whether you like it or not.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. We Three Kings. Okay, so I'm Catman from Catman's Rocks on Voodoo Radio Online. I'm at the most magnificent festival, which is Firevolt, and I'm with the most magnificent band I've seen in absolute decades. I'm saying this with nothing else like Jailer.
Hey,
hello.
How we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We are fantastic.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about Jailer then. How did you become Jailer? And
it was, I believe it was written in the ethos, and we found it on a scroller's note. It was just, I don't know, we were just a couple lads who really enjoyed rock music, and we kind of met each other at college. Well, I met Tyler at an open mic night, and I was like, yo, you should come to my college. Your college is a bit wank. So,
people liked hearing us play together and jam like loads of old school rock tunes at open mic nights.
So we did open mics, and then I kind of asked Ed to come jam with us, and Yeah, we got Ed in. He fit the bill really well, and we had another bass player. Fortunately, it didn't work out. He's doing his own thing. We're more than happy for him. And then, luckily, we've got Ricky.
I'm here now.
Yeah, we've got Ricky.
Doing a very fine job.
Or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've just put one incredible setting out here, and
Thank you.
you know, I've never seen anything with so much energy, particularly from you.
Oh,
I
cheers.
mean, bloody hell, where do you get that energy from?
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. I'd better start
Chocolate
drinking
milk
it. Put it
and
on
Red
shopping
Bull.
list.
I wonder which one it is.
Yeah, I mean, I look at your stance and everything on stage. I can see Jim Morrison in there. I can see
cheers.
Plant. I can see Bon Scott.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
honestly, guys, if you've not listened to Jailer, listen to him. But above all, you must see him live. That was the most incredible set I've seen for years.
oh, cheers,
Thank
mate.
you
Much
very much.
appreciated. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, who are your main influences, then, guys?
Ooh, yeah, but we go. Roger Daltrey. For me, I'll do personal ones for Roger Daltrey,
Yeah.
Robert Plant, Bon Scott, like you said, and but songwriting it's like Bob Dylan, John Denver,
Yeah.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young,
Yeah.
all those guys, and yeah, that's mine. Ricky,
Me, I'm gonna let you hold that.
I'm a good mic.
Probably John Paul Jones, Sam Kisker, James Jameson, 'cause the old Motown stuff.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Pino Palladino, love him.
Yeah.
Ed.
Mine vary all the time. I mean, when I first started playing, it was the big dogs like John Bonham,
Yeah.
Keith Moon.
Yep.
But then I started listening to all different types of music, different drummers, different bands. So I found big band swing era stuff. I found some Motown.
You love disco,
funk,
don't you?
70s disco.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love.
We all love 70s.
Yeah.
60s soul and all
Yeah.
that, just groove stuff. And I can't name a particular person or anything, but it's just all over for me.
Yeah.
Another one for me, also Steven Tyler, Aerosmith. That's
Oh, of course.
Tyler Aerosmith.
Tyler
That's me.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Hey.
Good transition.
Yeah, so from day one, I remember listening to AC/DC in the house. So Angus Young, definitely for the performance,
Yeah,
you know. Going to Slash, David Gilmour, Eddie Van Halen, you know, all the greats. Listen to them all. Very lucky to watch AC/DC and Angus. So
Yeah,
it's just all the classics, really.
Yeah. You listen to the music I grew up with, and
Yeah.
to see somebody carrying the mantle on as brilliant as you are doing is just amazing.
Cheers.
So we've got a few EPs out already. Any plans for an album in the pipeline?
At the
or?
minute, we're releasing singles,
Okay, cool.
and then Lovemaker should be out very soon.
Radio. I like how you looked at my wife when you said that.
Yeah, I was looking at the camera. Sorry. And yeah, so we're just releasing some singles, and if the singles go well, like with radio stations like Planet Rock,
Yeah.
and other ones like that, we'll definitely start looking at the album.
Yeah, we looked
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the point.
Yeah, we just
Well, you've got guaranteed airplay from me.
in
Just
our industry,
hit
you
me
just
up.
got to get the singles out first, and then the album. So you got to get in the fan base first, which we've only been going for like Jailer, as a whole band's only been going for 2 years.
Seriously?
So yeah, so it's like
Wow.
we're really loving the fan base we've already got, but
Yeah.
we're definitely
Yeah, I
trying.
haven't even known him 3 years yet, and that was like right at the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't even known these boys 3 years, and I'm already sick
Yeah.
and tired of them.
Well, I think we're certainly going to be looking up to you guys in the next 5 years. I don't know.
Cheers, dude.
But that's it. So then, what's your favourite drinks at best festivals? Is it
Ooh.
beers or spirits?
I don't know. Sometimes I like a good cider. I'm a fruity boy. And
Yeah.
I like a good cider. But yeah, lager, anything, just anything. These two don't drink. I mean, you like
Right.
the occasional cider.
Yeah, I like cider.
You don't drink at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not normally a cider fan. I like my lager, but at a festival, doesn't like having a nice fruity cider. And then Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Red Stag. Well, it's not called Red Stag anymore. And
It's like cherry something.
It's red cherry.
Red cherry, black cherry. Oh, it's black cherry.
Black cherry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Oh, you've just gone through my entire list from last night. There.
Yeah.
It's all in there.
It's going to be my list for tonight.
Yeah, we're a bit like, please work this morning.
Yeah.
You had to be careful last night.
Yeah.
We knew we were playing this morning.
Yeah.
Certainly did. Well, the future of rock and roll, like I said, is in magnificent hands here. I can't wait to see where you guys get to. It's going to be big.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the interview. Cannot wait to follow you on further.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
100%
appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, guys.
very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jailer. Okay, so I'm the Catman from Catman's Rocks on Voodoo Radio Online. I'm here at Firevolt Festival, and here I'm catching up with none other than the Treatment.
Hey guys, how you doing?
How we doing, guys?
Yeah, really good, man. We just played a really, really good show in the tent at Firevolt, and life's good.
Yeah. That was one hell of a set you just put in there.
Man, when we've been playing so much this year, and obviously with the new album coming out, it's when you're on fire like we are at the moment, everything's easy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've just realised I've handed you a microphone. You've got one.
We've got one. We can share it.
So, well, there we go.
So the last time I caught up with you was at Road Rage Festival at the Corporation in Sheffield, weren't it? You know, we had a good old chat. You told us some funny stories. A few things have happened since then. You know, Waking Up the Neighbourhood. What an album.
Thank you very much. Yeah, a few things have definitely happened since then. I think the album came out earlier this year and the response has just been amazing. I mean, we've done some amazing things, and I think you're always, as an artist, very proud of what you've done. Mm-hmm. But this particular record has just connected with a lot of people in amazing ways. And it is like first time today where you can tell we went in Thunder and Lightning and people are already singing it. And it's amazing, and like Planet Rock have been so behind it as well, and they've really pushed it, and it's great to see because it's been something we've needed to happen for us for a long while, and it really is starting to take off now.
Yeah, I've got to say, you know, bands like yourself, you are the future of rock and roll, no doubt. You know?
I know. I know. Damn straight.
But you know, it's down to people like myself, I guess. You know, us DJs on all the rock stations out there to get your music played.
Yeah.
And you say, my show, I don't bother playing all the old stuff. It's been and gone. You know,
it's honestly.
I do one classic a week. That's it.
It's so
the rest of it is
so refreshing to have that because
like
it's
yourselves.
to have this kind of new generation of bands coming through, especially the scene that we're part of. Is it takes people to really push those young acts because we can't compete with the big boys. You know, there's no way we can do it until people start getting behind it and radio gets behind it, and then all of a sudden it really takes off. I mean, you can see it in our scene. There's so many bands that are really kind of elevating quickly, and it's great to see this new genre of like new age rock and roll coming through.
And I think there's such a vast sea of talent out there that there's not getting heard that needs to be heard, and you know that's what Catman's Rocks is all about. And the minute I heard you guys, you know, you're like, wow, you know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We Yeah, I think the thing that I'm trying to put forward in a lot of our shows at the moment is there's so many bands right now. Obviously, times are tough and everyone's finding it difficult. But the most important thing is if you stop, you're done. It's hard to come back. You can't quit. You need to keep working, keep pushing. Like the treatment have been going now for what, 11 years, 12 years. So, 6 albums, and we're not even close to being halfway
you're
done.
the third singer, is that right?
I am the third singer, yeah.
I know. I mean, the last singer had quite a voice of him on him, and when I heard when I heard the first album, which was the last one, weren't it? And
the one before, I think.
The one before. I beg your pardon. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, I mean, I heard your voice. I'm like, bloody hell, it's better than the last one. You know, how you done that? Hell's bells.
Quite strange. There was moments when we were recording the first record with Tom where you close your eyes and it sounded for me like our first singer Matt 20 times better. It was so weird. You close your eyes and it's like, oh my god, that sounds like you could be doing a take with someone who's so much more vocally experienced. It's amazing, like such a great, unique voice that you've got, and just sitting there, it's like, holy shit. This is something special.
So, Firevolt Festival, you were in the big top on the big stage. How did that feel? I mean, it was an incredible set.
Oh, great! We played there a few years ago, and we played up on the up in the stage up the top of the hill.
The Trooper stage,
and that was a lot of fun. But there's something about tents when you get an atmosphere like we have today. It's unlike any other show where you get the people that are there to have a good time, and you know that they're there to have a good time. It's what it's all about, really.
Yeah, I was here last year, and Massive Wagons headlined the Friday night, and then I think it was Dare headlined on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
And you know, the atmosphere just amazing. It's such a beautiful setting.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a lovely summer's day today. You know, the rain stopped.
I think that's what's so important about these medium-sized festivals, though, because without them, the whole scene starts to crumble away because bands, like a lot of bands, can't get onto the bigger festivals and can't get in front of those crowds. And to have places like this that give, you know, all levels of bands opportunities is just so important to the English scene.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys feel about Firevolt Festival, but for me, it's the best festival I know of. I'm going to be honest. You know, I include my own festival, Steel Pose, in that. You know, I've got my own festival, and I think this is just incredible.
I think we've.
It's brilliant. Honestly, this festival's so cool. And for those for us, we've done a lot in the last 2 years. We've been playing these like independent festivals and like medium-sized ones, and I think it's so amazing to see them grow each year. Like there's been quite a few that we've kind of gone back to. We'll do 1 year, skip it, come back the next, and just see the growth, and it's amazing. So the growth from just 2 years ago to now is like whoa, and you can tell it's love going into it, and you can tell the people who are organising it. There's so much love, and they think about everything, and it's really nice as an artist to see, because sometimes you do turn up and you are not treated the greatest, and like these festivals, you come here and you're just treated amazingly, and it really makes you thankful for what you do.
I mean, they've treated us absolutely amazingly. I mean, we've lost one of our cats this morning, and Bev will organise it, so I was both quite upset. I'm baking up now, sorry. But, she pulled us into that little log cabin there, made us a cup of tea and everything. She was just amazing,
And that's what it's all about. It's about the more you take care of bands and journalists and radio presenters, it's helping your own festival grow.
That's right.
It keeps people coming back every time. And people, especially with bands, if we're not treated well at a show, then our performance isn't going to be anywhere near as good. But in places like this, where you're so happy beforehand, you just want to go out and give it that even bigger push of effort than you normally would.
You know what, guys? One day we'll bring you to our festival at the Corporation Steel Post Festival. We do that in aid of the charity we foster cats for, which is Rain Rescues. So we'd love to have you on sometime. And
I think we'll definitely have to do that, bro.
We'll definitely have to.
We're talking headlining set. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Yeah. So I mean, don't you find though, when you are feeling down and everything, the rock community, they'll soon pull you back up again, won't they?
They certainly will. That's why we're all the weirdos all put in one place, and we become all the normal lot. We're just all brothers here.
We are. Yeah. So I remember last time we chatted at Road Rage Festival. I asked you about funny stories, and you told me the one about the clowns. Have you got any other funny stories?
Of course we've got funny stories. We've been on the road for 12 years.
Let's have some. Let's have one.
Another really funny story. Okay, so it was a fantastic time. We were on tour with Aerosmith and Alter Bridge.
Okay.
Now at this point, there wasn't a lot of money involved. So it involved sleeping in the van for 30 days. And when you sleep in the van, 101 is having a sleeping bag. Rule 102 of having a sleeping bag is you never get outside with your shoes on and get back into a sleeping bag with your shoes on. And this is because if you're driving through the middle of the night, it's pitch black outside, someone in the band, and I'm not going to name any names, whipped out for a quick piss, jump back in the van, get into their sleeping bag, and off we go. I'm sitting there in the back. My nose starts twingeing. It's a fucking strange smell in here. And all of a sudden, said person who's in the sleeping bag suddenly encountered that pretty strange smell as well. Turns out they'd walked in a dog turd and then got into the sleeping bag, and then in the sleeping bag with their shoes on, because it was this cold. Like, we were going for Germany in November at this point. So yeah, they walked
German Shepherd dog shit.
Well, I don't know what kind of, but yeah, it was pretty powerful. But the sleeping bag got thrown out pretty quick after that. But that just a few experiences of that being on the road, and it was quite emotional.
So musically, who are your biggest influences?
It's always definitely AC/DC. Like that for me is like the heart and soul. Like that's what changed my life forever. When I first saw AC/DC, I was like, wow, that's what I want to do and what I want to be. But other musical influences, I absolutely love the Stone Roses. I love Aerosmith, love Zeppelin. I'm a huge fan of the Seahorses. Definitely, I'm sort of more in the either classic rock or kind of Britpop sort of era. Like two very different styles, but I love the both of them. I think you're probably a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a lot of the big ones the same. Like Bon Scott is obviously a massive vocal hero of mine. It's like a running theme for all 5 members. Is AC/DC are always going to be up there.
Do you know you're the first band today who haven't said Freddie Mercury? Do you know that?
I mean, he is. I think it's for us.
He's a big one.
Freddie, you're great, but Bon, you're better.
Yeah,
everybody said Freddie Mercury today, haven't they?
No,
I think Freddie's probably one of the greatest singers, but there's something about the rock and rollness of Bon.
Exactly.
Like we're a rock and roll band. We're not about being perfect and being amazing because we're not that good. So if we can't be, we're going to be as rock and roll.
You have to hide not being as good with as much energy as humanly possible.
So I mean, any artist of any genre, anything musically, either dead or alive, who you'd most like to have done a collaboration with? Who would it be?
Any artists that are alive you collab? I mean, Frank Zappa would be pretty wild. I don't know what earth we'd end up with.
An acquired taste. But yes, I liked it.
You're terrifying.
Yeah,
It's music, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I remember them days watching the old grey whistle test with him on. Oh, yes. Yeah, everyone else in our house were like thinking, what the bleeding hell's that? And I'm like, oh, don't you get it? yeah, not wrong with Frank Zappa.
No, I think
Captain Beefheart and all. Oh, yes.
incredible musician.
Yeah.
I think for me it probably would be Chris Cornell, just because of his the way he wrote songs and his emotional writing style is something that I just would have, even just once, I would have loved to see the inside of that and how it works.
What an incredible voice he had.
Incredible voice.
Yeah.
Well, again, one of
You're not far behind him.
Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day we'll.
I don't
maybe
think you're
one
far
day.
behind him, but he was special.
He was very special.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been an incredible interview, as always, with you guys. Thank you so much for the catch up. And
See you again
it's been
soon.
an absolute pleasure. The treatment.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
man.
much. So, I'm Catman from Catman's Rocks on Voodoo Radio Online. I'm here at Firevolt Festival and I'm sat with the incredible singer Henry from the incredible band The Karma Effect, who've just put in an incredible performance. Yeah, one of them.
Thank you very much. That is quite the intro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so how was it that?
I tell you what, it was so good. We've driven about 5.5 hours and we were up at 4:30 this morning, and it was worth getting up at 4:30 this morning to come and play this. It really was. The crowd were amazing. The sound was amazing. What fantastic location, festival, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, your 2 albums in now, aren't you? You know, the second album, The Promised Land, it's doing really well, even in the charts, isn't it?
It certainly did. Yeah, it's done very well. Quite unexpectedly, I suppose. But I just put that down to the amazing fans. But yeah, we put it out, and then we found out by the label that it was number 19 in the UK top 40, and then it ended up landing at number 14. So we had a number 14 album in the end. So it's incredible for a band with their second record. So we're so chuffed with that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think this year, for me personally, that's the best album of this year.
Oh,
so,
mate, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
We're known as Catman's album of the year.
Oh, well, I really appreciate that. That is that really means the world to us. And we pride ourselves so much on our songwriting and our music that when we hear that, it really does mean a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. So, who are your main influences then, anyway?
I mean, our main we call it the melting pot. And I mean, for me personally, being the kind of founder of the band, I absolutely adore Aerosmith. They're a huge influence on this band. You can hear it in our sound. Aerosmith and the Black Crowes were the kind of DNA bedrock into kind of trying to create something of that ilk that was new but fresh and modern with a younger twist. But you bring everything. Robbie, the guitar player, is very bluesy orientated, so he has a lot of blues influence. But he kind of does play with a little bit of a Joe Perry-esque sort of style. But anything from Zeppelin to AC/DC. But at the end of the day, we use all of it to try and create what is the Karma Effect. They're only influences. We try not to be too similar. We just want to. And I wear those influences proudly on my sleeve, but it's all about just trying to be yourself and create your own identity. But yeah, there's no denying that those guys are really vital to our sort of inception, as I should say.
Yeah. So, moving forward, then, what's the next steps for the Karma Effect? Any future plans for future recordings and tours, etc.?
Yeah. So, well, the big thing at the moment is that obviously we're going out in support of this number 14 album in September. So these festivals are fantastic for us to get out and
play for audiences and promote the tour. So we've got a big 15 date tour coming up in September. Austin Gold are supporting us on that as well.
Cool.
Everywhere from Glasgow to Plymouth, and I'm quite literally everywhere in between cities. Promised Land UK tour. We can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Is Sheffield on the list?
Do you know? Yes, it is on the list, I think.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Sheffield is on the list.
100%.
If not Sheffield, somewhere very, very close to Sheffield.
Well, we'll find somewhere. We'll be there.
We're covering a lot of ground.
Yeah. So, if you could collaborate with any singer or artist, either dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Well, I mean, apart from obviously the obvious that I've said, which would be, artist, Aerosmith, Steven Tyler, whatever, I'd have to say the first person that ever got me into playing music and wanting to perform, anything like that, was obviously the late, ultimate, great frontman Freddie Mercury. Without him, as a 7-year-old kid who was completely in awe of this human being, there would have been no music, Karma Effect, any of the other stuff I've ever done. So, it would have to be to sit and pen a song down with him. Even if it was just sitting, watching him play the piano or whatever, would just be incredible. So,
It's amazing how many artists I've interviewed have all answered with the same.
I mean, he is the tippy top, isn't he?
Absolutely.
There are so many. I could sit here and say, frontmen, you've got, Steven Tyler, you've got Robert Plant, Axl Rose, you've got whoever, all of these legendary frontmen, but there is something about him and his aura and everything about him that was just one of a kind.
All the others you mentioned there, they're singers from like one genre, where Freddie, he just went across the board, didn't he?
It's rock, it's glam rock, it's pop, it's vaudeville, it's everything involved in their music, and they are quite possibly one of my biggest musical influences, from the sheer kind of sphere of influence that they have on everything. So it's fantastic.
Well, like I said, that was a fantastic set just now.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to catching you on the road.
September we'll be out and about.
Yes, we will certainly find you, and I wish you nothing but success for the future.
Thank you very much,
ladies and gentlemen. Henry from the Karma Effect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
So there, Voodoo Cats, here we are at Firevolt Festival. It's been a fantastic weekend, and I'm joined by the one and only Jack J. Hutchinson here.
Good afternoon, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, Jack. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. It's nice to see that there's some good hat game going on.
Yeah. I think you'll win. I think you'll win the competition here. So, Jack, I mean, you were at Firevolt Festival last year. You're back here again this year, and you're doing a nice, fun set where people can get up and jam with you.
Well, actually, as we tried to leave last year, I got a bit confused and I ended up stuck on site for 12 months. That's why I'm still here. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit cold in winter, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. But it's a lovely festival to be back at. Great people, great vibes. So, yeah, it's a good one.
Such a friendly festival as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, you've got Battles has just come out, hasn't it? Battle. Fantastic album. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's an album that I worked on for just over a year. It's the first record where I've co-written with somebody else. I worked with a guy called Josiah Manning, who is in Chris Barris's band, and he's worked with other bands like Inglorious. And so we did about a week of songwriting down at his studio in Plymouth.
Okay.
And then the original plan was just to do 3 or 4 songs, and we did the first 4 songs, which ended up being the singles. So Constellations, Days Are Gone, Bullets. And it was like, well, we've done 4. We might as well just carry on and do the rest. So it was a lot of fun doing it with him. The most fun record I've ever done, I think.
Yeah, I think it shows as well. I mean, I absolutely adore it. I think I played just about every song on the radio show now, and we'll continue to do so. So, what's the future plans for you then?
Yeah, so the album came out in Feb, and we've been touring it pretty much solidly since then. But then, second half of this year, we're heading to Europe, doing some shows over in Spain.
Okay, cool.
Which is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, it's always fun going to Spain, quite chaotic, but a lot of fun. Then I'm coming back from Spain, and I'm doing about 6 or 7 weeks doing a UK tour. So there's a lot of headline shows plus festival appearances. So I'm doing the New Wave of Classic Rock Live Fest 3, Whitby Blues Festival, loads of different stuff. So that'll be cool.
When's that in Whitby?
I'll have to check the dates, but it's all on my website, so people check out the website.
Very appealing, that is.
Yeah,
I love Whitby.
Well, I used to go to Whitby for my
your music. What a combination!
Summer holidays were spent in Whitby. My family from that area, so I'm looking forward to going back.
So then, Jack, I mean, I think your music is very diverse, and you might give me a very long list here. But who are your main influences?
There's the obvious influences like the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin. So all the guitar stuff probably comes from Jimmy Page and that sort of stuff. Keith Richards is a big influence. But songwriting wise, I think probably Neil Young was the number one for me when I was a teenager. I discovered, actually the first album was Harvest Moon, so it wasn't the 70s stuff, it was the early 90s stuff that I got into. And then worked my way back. And now I must own about 50 Neil Young albums, and I love it. So I could get lost in that, and so Neil Young led me onto other sort of singer-songwriter people like Bruce Springsteen, into Bruce Springsteen, that kind of stuff. So pretty diverse. But hopefully what you end up with is that mixture of the heavy rock riffs with a lot of melody. So that's what I aim for.
You might have already answered my next question here. Then, if an artist either can be dead or alive, who you'd most love to collaborate with, who would it be and why?
I think it'd be cool to play with another singer. I'd like to write an album with another vocalist, so you've got that kind of like dual vocal thing. I'm too egotistical to play with other guitarists. I always end up falling out with them. I don't know. I think it'd be amazing to look. I'm always looking out to learn from other people. So I think you can never settle and think, oh, my album's perfect, whatever. I think you need to keep progressing, and so I don't know, just somebody. It'd be cool to work with a female vocalist. Actually, I've not really done that previously. So somebody I'd really like to write a track with would be somebody like Els Bailey. I really like Els. I think she's also come from that same independent artist background, and I think she's just
So at the corporation, was it last year? I think it was. Oh, blew my mind. Yeah,
she's also got an incredible taste in hats.
And she has as well. It's funny because we had that conversation. She had a photo with my hat on, and I wore hers. And
we're not wearing my hat.
No. I've been looking on the soul. My God, I think that was going to cost me a few bob.
Actually, I think if I take my hat off, there might be steam comes from underneath. It's quite warm out there.
You get the hat here underneath.
Yeah.
Yes. So when you're out on road, then at festivals and whatever, what's your favourite drink, beers or spirits?
I've always been more of a sort of beers guy, but I'm actually off the booze at the minute. So I sort of. But one thing that I've discovered is that they've really improved non-alcoholic beer, and I do quite like a non-alcoholic Guinness.
Do you know? I was just going to say that. Have you tasted Guinness here? Well, it's lovely.
I never used to drink Guinness when I was boozing. I was more of a lager guy, but now I love pint of Guinness. It's like having about 3 Snicker bars though, so it
needs to be in fridge for a few days, but it's lovely when it comes out that.
I can't squeeze into this tight waistcoat when I've been having the Guinness for 3 days.
A man of my heart, I like my waistcoats as well. So so Jack Gilsington, it's been a real pleasure to catch up with you, and wish you nothing but success in the future. Looking forward to catching you on the road, and
it's been an honour.
Thank you for the interview.
And let's continue to hang out today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll have a drink later, yeah?
Yeah, cool, man.
You're the man.
Cheers.
On me as well. Okay, so I'm Catman from Catman's Rocks on Voodoo Radio Online, and I'm joined by none other than Stone Broken. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, all good.
So, would you like to introduce yourselves? Tell us what you do in the band.
You go first.
Me first?
Yeah. I'm Kieran, I play bass. And I'm Chris, I play guitar.
Okay, so who are your main influences and guys?
I'm the quiet one in the band. I'm like heavily influenced by like Queen, Heart, Metallica's The Flat. Yeah, the reason I passed the mic to you, because this is always a hard question, I never know what to say because it changes every time. But yeah, I think I got into, when I first started, it was like Metallica and Van Halen. But it just changes all the time. Like I'm influenced by, I listen to something on the radio, I'm like, oh, I'll try and learn it and see what they're doing and stuff. So just influenced a lot of the time, all the time.
Yeah, cool. So here we are at Firevolt Festival then, the big top stage, the big stage. You're going to be hitting that soon. How's that feeling?
Yeah, really good.
We've not actually been inside it yet because we not really turned up.
Yeah, there's some epic traffic on the way up, so we literally just got here. But yeah, no, we played the barn at the top last time, so it'll be good to get in this one, see what this one.
Cool. So, any nerves?
Yeah, sometimes. Like, I always overthink things, so like I always think that I'm going to mess up, and then which leads me to mess up because I'm thinking I'm going to mess up.
Yeah.
So I always kind of like, if we haven't played for a while, even though we did play like a couple of weeks ago, but even though a couple of weeks break is kind of like in my mind, I'm like, oh. But if we're in the middle of a tour, I'm fine. I don't get nervous.
A few weeks ago when we was kicking off in a little mini tour, first song, everything went kaput.
Yeah, well, we have everything run off a laptop, so we have all our lights and like programs, and even like our switches run off because we're lazy. I don't like switching. So everything's run off a laptop, but because it was so hot, we played Southend, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was so hot. It was touching like 33. And I was in the room. There's no aircon in the room. So we turned the laptop because we was running the laptop on. I think once we got on the show and launched the show, the laptop was like, "This is too hot," and then everything just went.
So like our metronomes and everything.
Yeah, because we have a click and everything.
We had to stop the show and just like.
Yeah, and then we started it again, and it started going haywire again. So it's like, technology is great, but when it goes wrong, it sucks.
Yeah, that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
So what kind of set can we expect tonight? Any surprises in there?
We're performing our new song Remedy.
Cool.
Other than that, it's the usual style broken classics.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And if you've never heard of us or seen us before,
it'll all be new.
So, any artist who's either dead or alive, some hero of yours, if you could collaborate with anybody, who would it be and why?
Has it all changed already?
I'm sticking with Mark and Miles, I think, from Alter Bridge, because I'm a massive Alter Bridge fan.
Okay.
So I like both of them guys are just immensely talented. So I think just being in the room and writing, you'll just learn so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with them.
I'm going to change my answer from before. I'm going to go with David Coverdale or Bernie Marsden.
So two good choices there. Yeah, Bernie Marsden, I've adored the guy. Yeah. White Snake.
Yeah, we met him a couple of times and he was always a nice.
Yeah, I met him myself.
Yeah.
Lovely guy.
Also down to earth. You wouldn't realise that this guy's writ massive songs. It's just like, just chilled guy.
So I'm looking over here at your rider. What's going on here, lads? Water, crisps, Fedor's bars.
This is pretty tame, really. Like we just have the essentials.
Where's your Jack Daniels? Where's your rum? Where's your?
Well, I drive, so I can't drink.
Okay.
I've got sandwiches.
To be fair, we haven't looked. Have we got a fridge? We normally have stuff like that in the fridge, like alcohol, but I don't know where.
No? I don't know
we haven't got. And then the crew are big drinkers, so they're not going to be happy. So it's like, yeah.
So up to there, then you've had one album you've got out, is it? What was it?
3.
3.
Yeah,
Sorry, I've got that one. 3 albums. This shows how much I know, doesn't it? 3 albums out. You've got the new single out as well, which is going pretty well. You're playing that tonight. You've already mentioned. So, what's your future plans for future recordings?
At the moment, just kind of writing, try and get some recordings done, ready to be released. We're not with a label anymore, so we've not got that massive pressure.
So independent.
Yeah. But also because we've not got the pressure, we don't want to kind of drag our feet.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of however the music industry is at the time. At the moment, Remedy is a standalone. Hopefully, we can get an album together.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, cool. Well, as you do get your new recordings out, you send them my way. They'll get a play on Catman's Rocks, no problem at all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure to interview. Thank you very much for it. Ladies and gentlemen, Stone Vulcan.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So hey Voodoo Cats, here we are at Firevolt Festival again, and I'm joined by the one and only Loz Campbell. Loz!
Hello!
Woo!
Hi.
Yeah. And along with her band as well, so we know what Loz does. What do you guys do in the band?
So I'm Steve and I'm the bass magician.
Oh, this guy, man, this guy. Hi, I'm Tom, I'm the drummer.
I'm Will, I'm the guitar player.
Right, well, you just put an awesome set on in there in the big tubs. How did that feel?
Very warm, but great. We've waited all year to play this, honestly, so it's great to be here, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic festival, isn't it? In such a warm atmosphere, you know, from everybody here. The organisers, I think, are on another level.
Absolutely, like I mentioned on stage, like they booked us after seeing us play, which is just like amazing. You know, you don't get a lot of people going out and seeking the bands they want to put on their festival, so you can't fault them for the rest of it.
Well, how do you find out what they like if you don't go and watch them? You know?
Exactly.
That's what we do for our own festival, Steel Paws.
Yeah.
So the new single then?
New single yet? Can't get enough.
Can't get enough. Yeah. So it's going really well, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be doing all right. Yeah, and going down well live at festival season. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I've played it a couple of times, I believe, on my show.
Thank you very much.
So, who's your main influences then, Loz?
This is such an hard question. I've got quite a varied taste, to be honest. Like,
I'm wondering if you're going to say that a lady who I mentioned to my wife while watching you. Go on.
right, okay.
Pressure's on now.
I know. Probably not going to be the same lady, but
I am old.
Garbage, Skunk and Nancy, Guns N' Roses, bit of Tori Amos in there as well.
Yeah, I wondered if Susie Cottrell might have been in there.
Yeah, well, funny enough, I bumped into him last year because I ended up working around the tour they were doing.
Yeah.
And she's still got it.
Oh, she certainly has.
She really has.
Yeah, I know. Once or twice I glimpsed at you on stage, and I think, there's a bit of Susie Quattro there. Isn't
I'll take that.
Yeah. So, quick fire question. You might have answered the questions. Beers or spirits? Beer!
Definitely beer.
Gin.
Both.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, so, right, if you could do a collaboration with anybody, either dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Alive.
Go on then.
No, sorry, that was the joke. Anyway, dead or alive.
I'm going to you because I need time to think.
Yeah, you need to think about it. Okay, so I mean, I guess for us, if you want to do a collaboration, then because we obviously bring a lot to the table ourselves, so you want someone that's going to bring something different. So maybe a strong male vocal for a duet. So somebody, I don't know, who's
seen them this week. Corn. Yeah, but to put some like really nice little harmony parts underneath would be mega.
Harmony.
Yeah, because they did the unplug. Yeah, they did the unplug set with Amy Lee, and she came on and did some beautiful harmony parts underneath, and it just worked.
Yeah. Oh, I love Corn.
Yeah.
What is Amy Lee the pig then? Is that who landed?
Let's just have them there.
Yeah. What about yourself then?
Well, I'd go for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh god, this guy. I would say we want to do something with like Rival Sons, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We did that acoustic cover, didn't we? Yeah. I'm just thinking, let's just do more of that. Easy.
Oh, what a band they are, they? Yeah.
Mega.
Yeah. So, moving forward then, what's the plans for the future, Loz?
Got a few weeks off, and then we're heading to Storming the Castle in Durham.
Okay.
Biker rally.
Righty-ho.
And then the night after, so 31st of August, we're playing in Camden, and it's a headline show just to wrap the festival season up.
Cool.
Some cool spots and that as well. So yeah, it's like it's not our hometown, obviously.
Yeah.
You can tell from his accents, but it always feels like it's up. We want to finish.
Where are you from then?
Wakefield.
Wakefield. I used to work in Wakefield at Specsavers, yeah.
Hey.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time ago, but yeah, I spent quite a few years up in Wakefield. Great town, the place, yeah.
probably best I've heard it described, but yeah.
Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure to interview you guys. Thank you so much. Wish you all the luck in the world with the tour. I know your future recordings, and when you get your future recordings, send them my way. They will be played on Catman's Rocks without any issues at all.
Will do, yeah.
Yep.
Nice to see you again.
And you as well.
Mate.
Cheers, Doug. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, yo, Voodoo Cats, here we are at Firevolt Festival, the magnificent festival that is, and I'm joined here today by none other than Unknown Refuge, guys.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hello. So, would you like to briefly introduce yourself, say what you do in the band?
I'm Connor, I'm the drummer.
I'm Ben, I do bass and backing vocals.
I'm Jack, I do lead guitar and backing vocals.
And I'm Alex, I'm the singer.
Okay, well, you've just put an incredible setting up on the Trooper stage here. How did that feel, lads?
Oh, fantastic. We played a couple of years back and it was great, and I think we've come back and it's been better than we remembered it. For me, it's been one of the best gigs of the year, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere, the sound and everything, it was absolutely brilliant. I was really happy to play there tonight.
This is my first time being at Firevolt ever with the band and just as alone. Absolutely the best festival gig I've ever done in my life. Amazing. No, I really don't.
Yeah, no, I'd echo that because the guys at Firevolt, it's a really warm vibe. It's lovely. Sounds great. I've been a musician for 21 years, and so this is the best festival I've ever been to and played. I'd say it's the best gig I've ever done, actually. Cool.
Yeah, well, I've seen you several times live, and I would totally agree. Yeah, terrible. But no, seriously, guys, that today was special. Really were. Yeah.
Cheers.
So you told me you got a new album coming up.
Yeah, we got a few new releases coming out. So we've got a new single coming out in 6 weeks' time. So that's called Shell Shock. Look out for that, 20th of September. Mm-hmm. And then shortly after that, we're releasing an EP called Ignite.
Really cool, really cool. Well, send it my way. You'll get plays on Catman's Rocks. No problem with that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So, who's your main influences then, guys?
Bands.
Yeah, bands.
I was just saying.
Musically, you know.
No. Florence Black, like really big influence on at the moment. I love those guys. They're really solid. I grew up with Blackstone Cherry, kind of heavy blues rock bands like that. Monster Truck. Yeah.
I'm new to the band.
Learning the trade.
Makes it confusing.
My main influences are like Metallica, Avenged Sevenfold, like.
Don't say Pendulum.
Pendulum are good, okay. Pendulum are good. But for my vocals in the band, which I've kind of improvised partially myself, I'll just say Rihanna.
We're supposed to be a metal band.
You're nailing it, mate. You're nailing it.
Rihanna could do metal.
Normally I'd sit here and say how much I love indie music, but if I'm on about actual influences that influence my writing, probably In Flames, all the bands are like their metal. I think Fallen in Reverse recently have been brilliant, the way they took over the new sort of sound of the music industry. Probably people who actually made me play guitar in the first place was originally Dragon Force, but I think now I love Sleep Token.
I'm sure it was just a general summary, mate.
Slipknot. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know. I like the modern metal sound, but I also grew up on classic rock and classic metal. So Iron Maiden's always been influential to me, and trying to mix that with something a bit more modern, like
the backpack as well.
Your Trivium, yeah. Stuff like your Trivium, your In Flames, your Avenged Sevenfold, mixed with the new age rock as well. You got the Fall Beat and stuff like that. Just influences I pull from everywhere and try and sort of make my own thing into one. So
yeah. So cover a little bit of your history then. I'll go right back to the beginning. How did Unknown Refuge begin?
Originally, I was going to say I'm the only original member. So originally it was just through a music project in Salford.
Okay.
They just put some 13-year-olds that all played different instruments in a room, made a band. We went out and did a few gigs. Eventually called ourselves Unknown Refuge. Everyone left. Me and one of the lads carried on. I mean, it's been through the years, but I'd say Jack joined us not long after that. Jack stuck with us since, and
Made the band better.
Jack, he started playing guitar. I wouldn't say made it better. But yeah, I think through the years we've just developed sound and brought in new members, and realistically just become friends through music, and that's what helps the band sort of do what it does.
Yeah. Wasn't you originally an actor? Because I'm sure I've seen you in Home Alone.
I don't like that. Was it Oliver the character is or something?
I'm sorry, mate. I couldn't resist. So then, what's up next then for Unknown Refuge? You mentioned EPs, tours.
I think the next step is getting the single release out, getting the EP ready for sale. We're hitting KK's Steel Mill in about a month or something. Yeah. And I don't know about you lads, I'm so excited for it. It's the first gig we'll have had that have pyrotechnics. Yeah. So that's going to be fucking dangerous. I mean, I'm not sure if you've met these lads, but there's going to be flames and a lot. So very flammable, very daft.
Cool. I've actually not been to KK's yet. I really must.
Yeah, it's a great venue. Obviously, it's obviously the hub of NWOCR. You know, it's a live fest in it. It's that kind of scene.
Yeah,
so a really cool venue. And we got a Manchester date later in the year. So yeah, just getting these releases out.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like somebody's at the stage out there, so they're getting a little bit loud. So, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Voodoo Cats, Unknown Refuge.
Cheers. See you later.
Thank you for the interviews. Hey. Thank you. Thank you very much. Testing.
Just going to fuck it up to start with.
Okay then, Voodoo Cats, here we are on the double-decker bus here at Firevolt Festival, and I'm joined by the one and only Doomsday Outlaw.
Evening.
And one off of Sour Tusk as well.
Hey up.
Yeah, then. Okay lads, you just put a fantastic set in there. How did it feel that?
Excellent. Yeah, really good. Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Very loud. Big crowd.
Yep.
We played well.
You did.
So it was,
And you look
good
like
night
you,
all round.
and you look like you really enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, the only thing we should have done all that I have. That would have been a perfect crowd for it.
That would have been actually, yeah.
Otherwise, fabulous.
Yeah. So, you just told me you're releasing Hard Times coming up soon.
Yeah, so Hard Times came out this Friday just gone.
Yesterday. Yep.
Yesterday, if you discount Saturday. So it came out on Friday just gone.
Oh, sorry.
You've lost track of it.
I just turn up where I'm supposed to, hoping I'm wearing the right clothes.
So
Nick, you never wear the right clothes.
Well, I try.
But you don't usually wear any.
Well, it's just a Sunday, it's just a Lord's Day.
So Hard Times, which we originally put out in 2018.
Yeah.
And we've stripped it right back to the bricks and remixed it with Dave Draper, who does Wild Hearts.
Yeah, no, Dave.
Really good engineer.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically what we did is we wanted to do the post-production that we did on Damaged Goods. So we didn't know the same people, we didn't have the experience or the money at the time to do that for Hard Times. So we've gone back and because we had to re-release the albums because of our situation with getting out of our previous record deal, but we wanted to make it worth buying for people who'd already got it. So we wanted to kind of bring it up to the level of Damaged Goods. Same band performances, but just bigger. So Hard Times is out on Friday, and Suffer More will be out at the end of September, 27th of September, I think it is. But they both sound streets ahead of how they sounded, even though, like I say, it's the same performances, but they just sound massive.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been following you guys for a long time now. There's a dog here, and been following you guys for a long time. You've had a few lineup changes. You know, new drummer. I think you pulled a master stroke, by the way, with Nick.
Well, I sometimes feel like I'm having a stroke when I'm with Nick. But
You are welcome. And have that for free.
So, what's your main influences then?
Beer.
Yeah.
Usually fermenting. I mean, we all like loads of different stuff.
Yeah.
Phil's is like kind of Zeppelin and kind of blues stuff, and I'm into kind of like Aerosmith, but also like Scott Walker and things. I like things like Willie Wade, where it's got like the big orchestration.
Yeah.
It's partly kind of looking at like the big 80s Aerosmith ballads, but it's also looking at stuff like the 60s Scott Walker albums, where he did all the stuff with like the Chaparral covers with like doing the instrumentation, like so yeah, it was kind of recreate something like that, like just kind of doing something different. I think there's a lot of bands. I mean, I've been in bands before where they want to be, they all like the same band. So I was in a band before where they all loved Black Crows, which is great.
That's Spill 16 version.
But the problem with that is that you kind of hit yourself a ceiling, because all you can do is your best level you're going to be is you're going to be a slightly worse Black Crows who've already done that. Whereas I think if you've got 5 people who all like different stuff, they all bring something different. So what we end up with is something that sounds like us. Like you can kind of pick out there's a bit of Aerosmith, there's a bit of Zeppelin, Sabbath, but none of it sounds like a carbon copy of any of that. So it's good. I mean, we just do what we want, don't we? Whatever feels right and sounds right.
Just get in a room and play, and it goes, yeah, that'll do.
Well, I've asked every band this question. If you could collaborate with any artist, whether it be dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Billy Gibbons and Lemmy, because...
Thought you would say that.
I don't need to go any further than that, do I, really?
Oh, really?
To be fair, and Little Richard.
Little Richard, oh yeah.
Billy Gibbons, Lemmy, and Little Richard in one band together. Yep. I'd be the worst member, but it'd be amazing.
I half expected you saying Ted Nugent.
I'm a very big Ted Nugent fan, but he gets talking about politics. It's like, all right, we've kind of gone on.
I love his music, but I don't think I could be in the same room as him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then, moving forward. Then,
who are you? Who would you pick then?
Oh, sorry.
John Paul Jones.
So I can talk him down, really. Say, nah.
I mean, all that, like early Aerosmith.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, I'm a big fan of 80s Aerosmith. Like, which is like a different band to 70s Aerosmith.
Yeah, they are.
Absolutely fantastic. Pump and Permanent Vacation are phenomenal albums.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, them at that stage. There's stuff on the internet with the making of Pump, which is all like the pre-production where they went in a rehearsal room for like 3 months with Bruce Fairbairn and just jammed stuff out, and he was giving suggestions, and just watching the process of them taking these ideas and just making them into something. It's just so inspiring, because you think the talent that they've got there and what they do there, that's phenomenal.
It's just Joe Perry, Steven Tyler in a room with the piano, isn't it, for a lot of it? Just there, loving it elevated, just like 2 keys. Great.
And then when they get that brass section in, when they get them in, it's excellent. It's really good. Worth finding out.
Quick fire question: beers or shots?
Beers. I wrote my shot days off when we played Hard Rock Calgary at Yarmouth one November.
shots. Kaz.
Yeah, Kaz.
Menace.
Yeah.
Menace.
Love you to pieces, but Jesus Christ.
I don't know how she does it.
No, I don't.
And Selena Waters as well. Have you ever been drinking with her?
I haven't.
Don't.
No.
You will not survive.
You
will not survive.
Would you like a shot? Would you like a shot? It's like, you're very kind, and it'd be rude to say no. 3 hours later, I should have said no.
So moving forward into the future, then, what's the future plans for Dumbs Outlaw?
Well, like I say, sophomore next month.
Yeah.
We're gonna ride that train, and then we've got we're kind of working on new stuff.
Yeah, we've got quite a few new musical ideas to get grafted out. We had some stuff we did a bit ago, and it's like, right, well, we were in the middle of a tour at the time, so it's like hard to kind of put it down. So we got it down. It was like, right, let's revisit this and a bit more. Essentially, it's like making it a record and then go from there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure interviewing you guys. Thank you so much for it. Nick, thank you for keeping your clothes on this.
I was actually
the last time I interviewed you, you got your kit off.
To be fair, last time
it was on radio. But
it was on radio. Body.
I've got him and Tim doing helicopters each side.
Yeah, no, it was you and Tim, and it was Tim,
Chuggy.
and it was Joe Chuggy from Steel City, and
And then they were talking, and I thought, I feel left out, so I stripped off to my skivvies and just danced around. It was great.
That's a true
To be
story.
fair,
That is a true story.
Tim, in fairness, from Fear Lies, he did join in with me, the dancing rather than the stripping off. But you know, I did enough for both of us.
Yeah.
Just be happy I was wearing skivvies.
They were just both there with helicopters, with boxer shorts, but there were helicopters under.
Just be happy. Okay, young man, get to the chopper. Just be happy it wasn't a jock strap, because that's happening next time. Yeah.
Right, I'll hold you to that. So
to speak.
Anyway, these are the crazy mofos that are Doomsday Outlaw. Absolute pleasure to interview you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure as
And I
always.
wish you all the luck with everything in the future.
Thank you.